Nollywood has grown to be very big, enough to let everybody thrive, and this makes it more interesting as we are graced with amazing movies to watch. I am proud of the changes over the years, which bring us to this beautiful piece of work done by a very powerful female figure in Nigeria currently, Tiwa Savage. And she calls this one Water and Garri. Welcome to Top Niger Live. I'm your host Dr. Wes, and today we are going to be taking you on a journey on the movie review of Water and Garri, a movie that is featured one of Nigeria's biggest female artists, Tiwa Savage. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, this is the perfect opportunity for you to do that. Meji Alabi didn't initially set out to make a film. When Tiwa Savage, his longtime collaborators on numerous music videos, approached him about working on the visuals for a two-part EP, Water and Garri. The concept was to create visuals that would bring the lush, experimental and ultimately ambitious soundscape of the project to life. But soon they started to think bigger and decided to do something way broader than the narrative. This is how Water and Garri, the new featured film starring and executively produced by Savage and directed by Alabi, came to be. In Water and Garri, a successful fashion designer, Aisha, played by Savage, returned to her childhood home in search of answers to difficult questions. This film stars Nigerian actors Jemima Oshunde and Michael Afolarin. Alabi, who also helped develop the script, immerses viewers into a dangerous world where love, revenge, compassion, bravery, and tenacity clash. Ahead of the release of Water and Garri, Alabi talks to OK Africa about his experience making the film and applying all his directorial skills to filmmaking, amongst other things. This is the story of Aisha, a young woman who returns from the UK, but the east side town she left behind is not the same town she came home to. Her quest to redefine herself leads down a path of love, loss, and new discoveries. The genre of this movie is drama, directed by Meji Alabi, starring Tiwa Savage, Andrew Yaw, Jemima Oshunde, and Mike Afolarin. Where was Water and Garri filmed? Filmed in Cape Coast, Ghana, the film is titled to have the same singer-song extended play which was released in 2021. The opening of the movie was cool, but the graphics was very poor to me. At first, when I saw somebody running and then they shot him, I was like, wow, suspense, it's be bloody. But you know, all the hype just dropped. The storyline is so confusing, like it was just all over the place. Emotions not properly passed, the movie lacks action, just a series of remembrance. Honestly, I got tired at some point. The cast are all amateurs to me. Literally, the acting was weak and the movie is very boring. Boring. There was no plot twist or suspense. The movie was just like, it lacks directions, to be honest. There were some scenes that I really did not understand or see the need for, like the scene of the policeman stopping Aisha on her way back from the market after slapping the driver. I don't understand. They tried to mimic Gang of Lagos, but Tiwa did not really understand the assignment, or the writer did not understand the assignment. Before I forget, why the hell is Water and Garri the title? Doesn't have anything to do with the movie, except for one scene that the grandma was trying to force Aisha to take Garri, and then she's like, make sure you take it with water because it's more sweet. Everybody knows that taking Garri with water, it's not even sweet. What are you trying to say? I don't understand the title and the movie. It was just all over the place. To be honest, this movie is one of the most boring movies I have ever seen. The story made us believe that she came back home after hearing her cousin brother has been murdered, but upon returning home, she just shows her grieving and blurting around. There was no backstory or to how he was killed or the violence in which they said in quote has been disturbing the neighborhood. I didn't see any of that. There was no fear in the atmosphere, just talks on how dangerous it is. K died without confessing he was the one who killed Mide, Aisha's brother, and that was a big disappointment to me. I was like, I feel Tiwa was not conscious enough in the movie, or the movie had absolutely no meaning or knowledge to gain. It was empty. Well, but if you ask me to rate this movie, I'll rate it a 5 over 10. No, a 4 over 10. Honestly, the movie was dry. The directing was very poor, and there were some scenes that were unnecessary. It was like passing one thing, they were just passing time. I just felt Tiwa was bored and she just wanted to engage herself in a project, and boom, Water and Garri came about. Because if you sit down to plot this, it's just wasn't given. The actors were barely involved in their roles, and they were there was no reason for a gang war. Just a random guy who decided to just kill K and rule the simplicity. I honestly expected more from this movie. Now, the album soundtrack was amazing. I love some songs there and I would love to listen to them as, songs on a normal day. Her voice was calm and refreshing on some, and I took my time to listen to a few tracks of the Water and Garri album for the soundtrack, and it was worth it. 10 original songs and I fell in love with almost all of them. I did not like anything else except for the soundtrack. You see the Water and Garri movie, please, I don't ever want to see it again. Let me know in the comment section below if you have seen this movie and what is your take on it. And if you haven't seen the movie, are you going to see it after hearing all this, or you won't? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, just as I wasn't really impressed, a lot of Tiwa fans and even non-fans were disappointed. It was such a low budget production and we all expected more from her, but guess we expected too much. Tiwa has the resources to create a movie that would be mind-blowing, but she decided to do this. Even though I felt like she was just playing around and trying to get busy. You never can tell. So we've come to the end of today's review. We would love your thoughts about the movie in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. See you guys in our next video. Bye. Mwah.